Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie. I'm your host. I'm so happy to be here. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful holiday weekend. Well, it's not the weekend now. I hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend. This is normally a production of 12radio.com, but 12 Radio is quiet for the next, last weekend this week for the holiday. We'll be back live next week. So I'm just coming to you live from my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. So couldn't stay away that long, I guess. And I'm very glad to be here with you guys. So I hope Santa came. I know you were good. I know you guys. I hope that the holidays brought you everything that you needed. I hope that all of you who have suffering going on in your lives right now, I know that many of you have had parents ill and struggling, have lost parents, family members. We've had a lot of challenges over this holiday season, and I hope that that you are receiving the support and the comfort that you need to get through these times, and that they are as well. So I know it hasn't been all rainbows and butterflies and snowflakes this season, so I am sending my love to all of you. We have a lot of ground to cover today. It is a full moon. It's the last full moon of the year. It is in Cancer. So you know how that excites me because that's my jam. And so I'm excited to have, to see a full moon in Cancer. That's watery and emotional and lovely. And, it's my favorite. So I don't hate seeing that. I hope that you guys can make the most of this full moon. I hope that your skies are bright and that you can get outside and see it and enjoy it. Very overcast here today, so I kind of doubt I get a chance to see the full moon, but, I will feel her nonetheless. She's had my dreams pretty wild already. A couple of nights ago, I dreamed that because of COVID-19, I had to go work in a factory, and it was a factory that built some kind of medical, respirator masks. And I woke up and I was sitting up and I wear a CPAP to sleep and I had my CPAP off and I was tearing off I had all of the clips on it torn off and I was trying to put them all back on. So apparently this full moon, brought some wild dreaming. So did the winter solstice last week though, very much. I want to let you guys know we have something really fun happening on the 1st, on Friday. We have our New Year's Eve prediction show, and that is hosted by Mark Husson and C.A. Brooks. I just finished recording my predictions for that show, so you can watch for that there. I had a series of predictions for 2021, and I got to tell you, they don't suck. I'm not too worried. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. So I wanted to say hi to Jane and to Quelly and to Renee and Maya and Carol. Welcome, you guys. It's good to see you all here. I told Scott, I'm winging it today. I don't know if I'll have anybody in my chat room or not, but if I do, great. And if I don't, well, I'm going to keep on going anyway. So I'm happy you guys are here. I am going to do some readings towards the end of the show. You may or may not know this, but every year, my husband buys me a new deck for Christmas, and he chooses it. I wouldn't dare suggest which one because he loves Oracle cards too, and so, he's poring over decks and making a decision, and he knocked it out of the park this year. This is what he bought me, the Moonology Oracle deck. It is by Yasmin Boland, the artwork by Nyx Rowan. Oh, you guys, it's gorgeous. So gorgeous. I have not used it yet at all. I opened it on Christmas and shuffled it and dug through the cards a little bit for fun, but I haven't really used it for anything. So this is what the back looks like. So I'm so excited to use it with you guys. So I'll do readings from this deck later in the show. Because it is the full moon, it is a day for Fairy Tale Tarot. So that's also super exciting, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. Before we do that, I had talked to you a little bit before last week or the last couple of weeks about the 12-month reading. So I offer a 12-month reading. It's a video. So you buy it and send me your info. And then over the next week, I will do that reading, record myself doing it, send it back to you. It will come to you as a private YouTube link, so nobody can see it but you. And you watch it, and then you have that link, and you can watch it as many times throughout the year as you want to. And it's a great way to kind of get your finger on the pulse of what the year looks like for you. Any warnings that come up for various months are nice. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. So that is available now. I just launched it this morning over on 1-2-Listen. Last week I had told Scott I'm not going to launch the 12-month readings this week because I just don't have time. I made tons of our Christmas gifts this year, like tons. And because I did that, by last week, that was really ambitious, and I was a little underwater. I was a little bit worried about actually, making it to the finish line. But with Scott's help and the kids' epic help in wrapping everything, we got there. But anyway, so I had said last week, I'm not doing 12-month readings this week. I cannot. And then a local friend reached out and said, can I buy 3 12-month readings and can you have them on Christmas Day? And I went, what did I just say? But I thought, no, you know what? This feels important. I feel like I need to do these. And so I did make them happen. But for everyone, I waited to launch them until now. I'm going to put a link in the chat room. And if you're not in either of the chats, all you have to do is head over to 12listen.com. That's number 1, number 2listen.com. Look for me, Katie Weaver, and in my email-based services, you'll find it right there. And so the way that works is we contract through a company called Click4Advisor. So to get a reading from me or to buy service from me, you have to have an account with Click4Advisor. So that's your first step. You set up an account with them. And the reason we love them is because they are really, really secure. They're very secure with your money and your information. They'll make you redeposit money into your account anytime you want to do anything because they want to make sure that you are, that your money's safe and secure. So sometimes it seems a little cumbersome, but there's a really good reason behind it. It's to keep you safe. But once you have set up an account, then put the amount of money in there that you need to have a reading or to buy a service or whatever you're wanting to do. And then you can go ahead and click on that service and purchase it. So again, I know it feels like it's a little cumbersome. There's a really good reason behind it though, because it keeps you guys safe. So hello, Devin. And I think I didn't say hi to Rebecca or Jacqueline. Good to have you guys all here. So anyway, if you want a 12-month reading, that's the way to get it. And of course, it is a video that you'll be able to watch throughout the year. So that's the way it works. Okay. Devin, you can get a message. I'm going to do that a little bit later in the show, but I'll bet I have time to read for all of you guys today. And we're reading from the Moonology deck today. Isn't that synchronistic considering it is a full moon? I mean, I was going to do it anyway since it's my Christmas deck, but Alrighty. Well, let's jump into some of our regular stuff. First of all, Luminous Magazine published this morning. Of course, this is a magazine that I publish with me and several of my friends, and I'm so happy to send it out to you guys. If you subscribe to me, then you've already received it. If you don't, then I'll put it here in the chat room. But you can also find it if you just go over to Luminous Magazine on Facebook, and it's right there. If you want to subscribe, go to katie-weaver.com and click on there's a pop-up. I know it's annoying, but the pop-up is great because if you haven't been there before, easy enough. Plug your email in there, and then I will send you Luminous once a week, and I will send you not once a month, every day, the Daily Dish. So the Daily Dish is a daily reading that comes out every morning, and then Luminous. So you'll get 8 emails a week from me, and I hope you like them. We'll see. Hello, Alishaya. Good to see you too. Okay. All right. So let's take a quick look at Luminous. I love the cover. I had to put fireworks on it, considering here we are. All right. I wish I had some fireworks to do on New Year's Eve this year. I don't know if I've ever wished for that before, but by God, are we not ready to let go of this year? Like we need like fireworks, maybe a cannon. I don't know. Some big stuff. Maybe we can root around and find a few sparklers somewhere. But anyway, so excited to say goodbye to this year. I actually called this edition the bye-bye edition. You know, like bye-bye now, bye-bye. Bye-bye 2020. We've had enough. All right. In my musings, a friend sent me this. It's a meme. It says, on New Year's Eve, an old Irish tradition is to open your door at midnight and let the old year out and the new year in. I think this year deserves the doors, windows, and garage doors to be open. I added to that, maybe open dressers, closets, and car doors too, just for good measure. I probably will, honestly. We're done. Also, I think I'm hosting New Year's Eve, so you know, it's I'll have the right to do what I want. Okay. All right. There is a postcard there as well for the 12-month reading, so you can take a look at that there too. And then, of course, Bitch Scopes this week, you guys, from Kelly. If you haven't looked at Bitch Scopes, either on her page or here, do. They are so good this year. She wrote a word for the year for every sign, and they're just so freaking good. So I'll share a couple of them with you. Aries' word is intentional. Cancer's word is prosperous. She knows my heart, doesn't she? Leo's word is spacious. I thought that was so cool. Giving yourself space around yourself, around your feelings, around your time. I love that for Leo. Libra's word is luminous, which, you guys know I have piles of Libra in my chart, so I was happy for that. So prosperous and luminous are my words this year. So Kelly, I already loved you, but I just love you more now. Go and check it out. Find your word and see how that works into your world. I love it. And I absolutely do love Kelly. Renee had to switch to watching on YouTube. Renee, is Facebook having a problem? I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Ellie Shia said a line of cannons. Yes, a line of cannons. I think we should. I think this year definitely calls for that. My tip this week was a tip for the birds. It's this time of year that the birds are hungry, right? They're running out of things to eat. We have a mountain ash in our front yard that is covered in those little orange berries, the hard orange berries. You know what I'm talking about? And they don't drop. They stay on the tree forever. And it's about this time of year that we start getting these flocks of little tiny black birds that will descend on that tree and eat those berries. And they are so skittish that if you even look out the front door, they're gone. They're so cute. I've tried to get pictures of them so many times. I'm going to have to put like a GoPro out there or something and sneak a picture. They are so cute out there. But at any rate, the birds are hungry. The squirrels are hungry. We're really getting into that time of year. Especially, I don't know how you guys are doing, but where I live, we have been below zero for the last several mornings. So we're getting into that time of year where it'll get, we've been like 2, 3, 4, 5 below. It's going to get a whole lot colder than that. So anyway, here's the tip. Get a hold of some large untreated pine cones. They have to be untreated. They can't be soaked in cinnamon oil or, pine oil or something like that. They just need to be natural. And press peanut butter into the cones, into the bristles. Make sure it's just natural peanut butter. It should not have xylitol in it. For a while, they were putting peanut butter and xylitol and peanut butter, which it sucks because xylitol will kill your dogs. It'll kill the birds. It's a great sweetener for people that are like no carb like I am, but it's not safe in a lot of ways. Just check your peanut butter. Make sure it does not have xylitol in it. It's kind of fallen out of fashion, so hopefully we're not going to see much more of that, but double check. So press your peanut butter into the pine cones and then roll them in wild bird seed. The peanut butter will stick into it. and then hang them in your trees and windows. And you'll be bringing all kinds of birds and squirrels to the yard. Years ago, when I was still directing childcare facilities, I directed this daycare that was a big red brick house, and it had these huge windows. And the window sills on the outside had the, like big brick window sills. And we had squirrels that would come and sit in the windows and watch the kids play. And I loved those squirrels. And every morning when I opened, I would peek out, the back door and line that big windowsill with, peanuts and birdseed and stuff like that. And they just come and sit in those windows and eat. And God, we adored them. They were so cute. So at Christmas time, I thought, I'm going to help the kids. We're going to make these. They'll take them to their, we'll wrap them up as their Christmas present to their moms, but we'll make some for the center too. So we made these really big, cool ones, and we hung them in the window, and we were so excited to watch the squirrels come and eat. And the first squirrel that showed up climbed up there, stared us right in the eye, and chewed off the string and stole the whole damn thing. So he really ruined our fun. So I guess that could happen too, but either way, you're doing your part. Those poor kids, they're cold and hungry. So that's my tip. That's on my list this week to do and get some good feeding going. That's my plan. All righty. Lots of other good things in Luminous. I won't go through all of them with you, but you guys can go ahead and read through it and see what sings to your soul and resonates with you. And of course, if you want to subscribe, please do so. All righty. I want to share something with you that I got for Christmas. 2 weeks ago, on the All I Want for Christmas shows, Tamara asked me what I wanted for Christmas. And I hadn't thought about it very much, but I threw a couple of things out there. I said, I would love a new drum, or at least have Scott maybe soak and restring one of my drums that needs it. I don't have a shortage of drums. I just love them. But the other thing I said is, what I really need and want? I want a new heart chakra singing bowl. My heart chakra bowl is a little tiny Tibetan bowl. It's like a 4-inch. It's really small. It's more of a chimer, it's not that great. And so I would really like a big crystal singing bowl, a heart chakra bowl. That's the note of E or F. It's the note of F. Anyway, well, Scott was producing that show, and that was the first he'd heard of that. I hadn't actually asked for it. I hadn't really asked for anything, but when she said that, it just made me think, I really want that singing bowl. This whole year, every time I want to do heart chakra work with you guys, I just am not happy with that little bowl. It seems kind of inadequate. So apparently I sent him scrambling because he wanted to make sure I got that. He ordered it that day. It had not come. He was getting really worried about it. He told me on Christmas Eve, he said, one of your gifts has not come. It should be here today, but maybe it won't be, it might be a couple of days. And I'm like, that's fine. No worries. Anyway, 2:00, 2:30-ish on Christmas Eve, UPS came and he was so excited. So he did buy me a new crystal bowl, a heart chakra bowl, and she is gorgeous. So we're going to do some heart chakra work. How could we not? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it twice. I know that you guys have had some grief. You've had some consternation. You have certainly had some heart hurts this year, and particularly over this season. So the first time I play the bowl, I just want you to hold space with the bowl to allow the frequency of this singing bowl to work through your heart chakra, releasing anything you're holding that you don't need, that's not yours, that's not serving you any longer, just clearing it out. So that's how we're going to start. Be aware the bowl is kind of loud, so don't let me blow you out. That's a bad start. Okay. Here we go. Okay, seriously. Is that bowl not amazing? Wow. Okay, we're going to change gears. We're going to stay in the heart. I'm going to play it again. This time, I want you to hold space with me that the frequency of the singing bowl will bring your heart chakra into perfect alignment, holding space for self, for love of self, for love of others, and a good balance there. So we'll do that now. Oh, okay. Sorry, twice now I've banged it on the microphone. You didn't need that. Wow. Okay. I think we should keep it. That's an amazing bowl. I'm really impressed by how when I stopped playing it, the resonance actually increased for probably 20 seconds before it started to decrease. That was crazy. Okay. Yep, you did well. That is amazing. So you can expect lots more singing bowl work to come with that bowl for the heart and probably just general vibrational therapy too throughout this year. So very good. And thanks again, Scott. That is perfect. Okay. Well, I think it's time for Fairy Tale Tarot. I already pulled the card, and I gotta say, I was amazed to see that this is the first time that we've had a repeat. In all the time we've been doing this, this is the first time. I don't know why I'm so congested this morning. Sorry, guys. So I started this, oh gosh, probably been a year and a half ago on this show, that for the full moon, we pull a card from the Fairy Tale Tarot. This is the Fairy Tale Tarot by Lisa Hunt. And we read the fairy tale and interpret it. And in all of that time, I don't think we've ever had a repeat until now. And I have to say, I was a little tempted to put the card back and draw again. And then I thought, that's really not the way the rules of cards, right? The card that comes is the card that's supposed to come. And just because it's a repeat doesn't mean it's not valid. And then I realized that some of you guys probably didn't hear this story anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, welcome to my chatter, right? Welcome to my issues. Okay. All right. Well, the card is the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know how to give you a better look at that without all the glare. Is that better? Okay. And so it is an old woman. She's kind of sitting on an icy tundra, but she has green and yellow and pink and birds and flowers and leaves. It's kind of a mix of winter, summer kind of energy. And then at the bottom of the card, we have a person that looks like he's kind of standing in the wind looking up at her. That's the card. Okay. So she is the Queen of Pentacles. It is the story of the Summer Queen. The culture is Canadian, which maybe is perfect with the returning of the light, The keywords are Earth Mother, domestic concerns, responsibility, and sensibility. So I'm going to read the story. I'll probably interject a little bit. And I would love to interact with you guys in the chat with your interpretations of the story as well. And I also interpret it because this is a collective reading for us from now until the end of the full moon cycle. So the next 2 weeks. Okay. Long ago, Winter Giant ruled over the great expanses of the north. He blanketed the land with great sheets of ice and blew blustery winds around the frozen terrain. As beautiful as the glistening landscape was, people perished under the weight of the cold. Goose, there we go. Glooscap, the great ruler, knew he had to do something to save his people. But when he arrived at Winter Giant's home, he quickly became seduced by the breathtaking landscape with its crystal-like sparkles and flashing night sky. Winter Giant welcomed him and started to tell him stories of long ago when wintry quietude dominated the world. Glooscap grew tired as he listened to the storyteller and soon fell asleep. Winter Giant was delighted to see the ruler succumb to his cold spell, but after a brief nap, the strong and mighty Glooscap roused himself and quickly fled. When he returned home, Tattler Loon, the tale-bearer, flew to Glooscap's side and offered good news. He had heard of the spirit Summer Queen, who presided over warmer southern territory. Perhaps she can bring warmth to our beleaguered land, he suggested. Glooscap thanked Tattler Loon and set out to find Summer Queen. He traveled across the miles, then jumped on the back of his friend, Blob the whale. Because who doesn't have a friend named Blob the whale? They swam through the frigid waters until the sea winds grew balmy. Arriving at a sandy shore, the sweet fragrance of exotic flowers welcomed the visitors to paradise. Glooscap thanked the whale and helped him back out to deeper waters before resuming his quest. He traveled along lush trails and finally came to a wilderness filled with singing birds, palm trees, and softly moving streams. He peered from behind a tree and witnessed a lovely maiden performing a festive dance. They surrounded a radiant fairy covered in flowers. While distracted by the maidens, a wise woman came to his side. "Who are the maidens that dance in the golden light?" asked the friendly-looking woman. "Oh," he asked the friendly-looking woman, "that is Summer Queen, daughter of Rosy Dawn, with her daughters Sunshine, Light, and Flowers," she replied. Glooscap began to sing words of admiration for Summer Queen and her daughters. Summer Queen, hearing the words of praise, became curious about the garden guest and flew over to him. She offered her ear and encouraged him to talk. Glooscap, grateful for her attendance, told her of the plight of the Great North and how he desperately needed her help. Summer Queen generously agreed to assist him and kissed her daughters goodbye. She accompanied Glooscap on a journey back through the trails leading to the Northlands. When they arrived, the people were still suffering under the unrelenting grip of Winter Giant's harsh hands. Summer Queen was moved by their distress and determined to help Glooscap's people. Together, they approached the Winter Giant's imposing ice fortress. He welcomed them and was quite enchanted by the Queen's beauty. While he presented himself as a charming spirit, he was secretly attempting to cast a sleeping spell on them. But try as he might, Summer Queen and Glooscap remained alert. The more he attempted to force his will on his visitors, the warmer he became. Soon, the intractable ice cracked and broke away, melting into pools of water and mud. All around him, his precious snow softened and dissolved under the warm rays of Summer Queen's embrace. She stood her ground and roused everyone and everything from a sleep as elevated temperatures awakened the sleepy earth. The thawing ground sprouted new life. Trees boasted new buds, just in time for the returning birds. The humans crawled out of their winter tombs and danced praises to the returning sun. The giant, conceding defeat, wept cold tears as he faced the triumphant summer queen. She spoke confidently as her hair blew around in the warm breezes. I've proven myself more powerful than you. You can have the very far reaches of the North Country. However, from now on, you will only be able to visit this land for 6 months until I return in the spring, but only if you agree not to exert excessive force upon the fragile inhabitants of the land. Winter Giant accepted the terms and fled to the far reaches of the north until autumn returned. That is how Winter Giant and Summer Queen divided their rule, allowing the people to follow a cycle of planting, harvesting, and resting each and every year. That is one of the most polite stories we have read, right? She very politely overcame him and overpowered him with an embrace. I mean, we've read some creepy fairy tales where, some pretty shady shit went down, but this is probably the kindest one we've read. Maybe. Pretty close. The last Native American one we read was really sweet too. But anyway, so here's the symbols and meaning. The warmth of Summer Queen is represented by vibrant, warm colors. I should show you the card so you know what we're talking about. She is represented by vibrant, warm colors. She holds an orb of energy. Flowers cascade from her hair, representing fertility and abundance. The geese fly where the sun is. They are connected with the earth surrounding them. Butterflies symbolize renewal. Summer Queen's present juxtaposes the cold rigidity of the earth. Her influence breaks through the ice. All right. And what the author says about this book, or about this story, is domestic concerns may be at hand. You may want to seek the advice of someone who can assist you beyond a period of stasis. This, in turn, will assure more stability in the future. Okay, so that's the story. So, hello, Jerice. I would happily read for you. And hello, Oriana. I will get to you guys, I promise. We're going to do some readings here shortly. All right, so that's it. That's the story. So what do we think about it? Well, it's a good reminder, that summer is coming. It's also a good reminder to all of us that better times are coming. It's been a hard year. And we keep hearing, hold on, help is on the way, things are going to get better. But there's a bit of cynicism right now. We've been a little rueful looking at where we've been so far. And so I love this story as a reminder to us that, yes, summer is coming. Things are getting better. All we have to do is hold on, right? Be kind. We're going to overcome our challenges. It doesn't have to be a massive overthrow. It doesn't have to be ugly. It doesn't have to be violent. It doesn't have to be crazy. But we are going to gently and subtly, I think, get there. It's a good reminder for all of us, I think. I think this also could apply to anybody that is in any kind of a power struggle, whether it's at work or at home. And I could definitely see some of those crop up here in the next couple of weeks as everybody is just still really kind of shifting out of survival mode, or maybe, deep in survival mode still. But we'll see some challenges like that come up. It's a good reminder to weigh out the way you want to address power struggles, and maybe think carefully about the way you go about them before you move forward, and that you can get through them in a positive way. All right, so there you go. That is Fairy Tale Tarot for today. Well, for today, for the full moon. All right. We're going to start with some readings here in just a minute, but I realized that I had not called your attention to True Crime Paranormal this week. So, True Crime Paranormal this week, we have new cases that I wanted to share with you. You might have noticed last week that we did the Zodiac Killer. It's one that we have been asked to do so many times. And so we did. And then this week we did a second edition of the Zodiac Killer. We recorded it last night. It is mediumship with the Zodiac Killer. So I did about 30 minutes of mediumship with the man that we believe is the Zodiac Killer, and he confirmed for us that he was in fact the Zodiac Killer. He died in the late 70s. So I'm going to share a link in the chat room to that. That, of course, is True Crime Paranormal on YouTube or on really any podcast carrier that you seek. The other case that we rolled out this week is a very new case, not what we typically do. It's not even a cold case, but it's a case that needs to have plenty of attention. This is a little girl named Jessica Mast, who was murdered last week by her parents and her neighbors trying to remove a demon. Yeah. So I put a link in the chat room for that one too if you're interested, but this is an ongoing case. Arrests were just made, and we're going to continue to follow it and see how much we can break down what the religious and spiritual or deranged beliefs were there, and work from that direction. So it reminded us a little of the Vallow case that you guys know we've been very deep into. So anyway, there is that. If you're interested in those cases, that's what we have going on. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about is Spirit School. We actually have something really exciting going on over at True Crime Paranormal. We have a membership now. It's called Spirit School with the Psychic Sisters, and it's $14.99. And when you join it, you have access to our teaching for the month. So we are teaching over there. We do 1 guided meditation and 2 classes. So for example, this month we did winter solstice meditation. We did, our first class was connecting to your spirit guides. And next Sunday, our second class will be, an intro to attachments. So Christy and I will take turns teaching at Spirit School. She has very kindly taken on the beginning of it because, I was wildly busy. But I'll be able to finally step in now and be a part of that. But thank you, Kate. Kate said she's loving Spirit School so far. If you've been wanting to take classes from us, or if you've been missing Psychic Sisters, this is a really good way to interact with us. So $14.99 a month, and you're privy to all 3 of the classes that we teach for the month. So I put a link there. The way to find it, really, if you just go to our YouTube channel, there's a button that says membership. Click on that, and you can subscribe right there. So, it's a whale of a deal, but it also, it's a great little community that we're building over there, and it's a lot of fun. So I would love to share that with you guys. All right. Well, we have 10 minutes, and I think that we should really get into some readings. So if you guys have asked for readings, I'm going to see you first. But if you would like a reading from me, throw it up in the chat room, and we'll see see how far we get. Okay. Let's see. I kind of think that Devin was first, right? I think so. Okay. Alrighty, Devin. And again, I am reading from the Moonology deck today because I just got it for Christmas, and so we got to play. That's what decks are for me. This is spirit play. This is the fun stuff. All right. So I'm going to pull 2 cards for you, Devin. I'm asking the cards, what do you need to know right now? And what action do we need to take moving forward? Ooh, they are sticky. Okay. I'm going to fight these cards. I should have shuffled them about 20 times. All right. Okay, Devin. The first card is, okay, this is the full moon in Gemini. It's the answers that you need are coming. This is where I feel like it is for you. I feel like you're one of those people that the last while has been like, what the hell, you know? And there's been kind of one frustrating situation after another roll out for you. I feel like January is such a better month for you. It's not even funny. I also feel like in January, you're going to reconnect with somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. There might even have been a bit of anger passed between you, nothing major, but some uncomfortable energy that you've kind of taken a break from each other. I feel like this person resurfaces in a really positive way, and that relationship kind of naturally mends itself. So I love seeing that. We can't have too many, good connections and good people in our lives. The action card for you is the full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. This I feel like has to do with somebody that you are in direct contact with. I really wonder if this is a neighbor. I feel like there is a bit of a standoff or a confrontation coming sometime in January where you essentially just have to stand up for yourself. You have to put someone in their place a little bit. You have to stand up for yourself and, demand what's yours and not put up with any bullying or BS or, rude behavior. And I think that you can do it. I feel like you will do it, but that's what I feel like is coming up for you in the short term. But I'm excited for you because I really feel like we see you right now move into just a better place in general. So that's good. 2021 is going to be a positive year for you. Okay. Oh, Quelly has this deck. Yay, how fun. Okay. Sorry. Okay, Oriana. Oriana says, "Can you tell me who my spirit guides or guardian angels are?" Yeah, let's lean in on that, but I want to pull you a card too, since that's what I was doing today. But we'll look at that as well. As you know, your mom is one of your guides. She's not certainly a full-time guide for you. Oh, she says she can't be because she has her hands full with your dad. But and Alan, but she's around you a lot. We know that. She's one of them. As far as angels, Archangel Ariel comes up so strong. I know that, okay, I'm hearing that you call on Archangel Michael quite a bit for protection and that kind of stuff, and that's fine. But as far as an angel that's around you a lot, as far as archangels go, Archangel Ariel has been there for you lots and lots of times, which is interesting to me because her energy is really pink. And I've seen your energy is really pink for years. You always have all this pink and gold around you. So does she. So no wonder she's around you a lot. You guys are kind of twinny. All right. Another female around you, a guide, whose name is, I want to say Madge, like Madge, Madge or Maggie. Both of those came up for me as possibilities. It doesn't matter. You could call her either one, whatever resonates with you. But she's a real grandmotherly kind of sort. I feel like she has been with you for maybe your whole life. She's been around you for a long, long time. You actually have an ancestral connection to her. And she came in with this lifetime to help you. Uh, she said to maintain yourself. She said, you came into this life so sweet. And she's never wanted to see the world steal that from you. Madge or Maggie, you decide. You can call her either. All right, the card I pulled for you is it's the full moon Aquarius. Aquarius, the message is show the world the real you, which just makes me laugh considering what your guide just said, that you came into this world really sweet and she didn't want to see that get stolen from you through hardships, through the world hardening you. So that's really sweet. I would work on connecting, honestly, Oriana, with her. Always work with Archangel Ariel because she's all over you. And by the way, she's really great to work with animals, so she could definitely help you with Ginger and with your kitty. Yeah, I love all of that. It feels really good. Okay, Joris wants to connect with her deceased fiance. Yeah, Joris, let's take a look. Okay. He's got two pretty strong messages for you today. The first of them has to do with people around you. He said, you have so many people around you that want to bring drama into your world. He said, you try really hard to balance it, but you don't say no enough and you don't sit the phone down enough. He said, sometimes it robs the time that you have for yourself and it robs the time that you have for your kids because people are always tugging at you, wanting something from you. And he would really like to see you kind of work on those boundaries and on saying no a little bit more. And or just not answering that text or that message or that phone call and just, keeping your focus where it's at. He said you feel this need to drop everything you're doing for other people all the time. And it gets hard to balance and hard to balance your life and the needs that you have as well as your family. So that's one thing he has for you. He doesn't like your drama-filled friends very much. I think you probably already knew that, but and he said not all of them are that way, and he's acknowledging that, but some of them are, and he said they're just too much. So he just wants you to say no a little bit more. So there's that. But there was one other thing he wanted me to pull out. Let me see. I feel like I might have lost it. Okay. He wanted me to tell you that you are okay. He said he's okay, but he knows that you already know that. But he said you have had moments of not being sure if you really are okay or if you're going to be okay moving forward. And he wants you to know that he has full faith in you. He says things have been hard and you have had to be very creative in, coming up with solutions financially and otherwise, just as problems arise. And he said as problems come up, a lot of times you're just like, why do I have to deal with this too? And he said he wishes he could lighten that for you. He said he tries, but that there's so many things he really can't do. But he wants you to know that you are okay and that you're doing a good job. Okay. And I'm so sorry for your loss. Okay. Oh, hello, Lillian. Oh, she said she listened to the haunted house thing. Was that so much fun? So she's talking about one of the holiday shows we did at 1-2 Radio. It was the Haunted Christmas play. I had a tiny speaking role, but mostly I was in charge of the sound effects, and it was so much fun. Yeah. Well, thank you, Lillian. I'm glad you liked it. We basically had to just not laugh our heads off the whole time. Okay. Yeah, Jane, great advice. Don't forget to cleanse your crystals, your magical items tonight in the moonlight. Even if the moonlight isn't getting through, you definitely can, put your stuff out anyway and let it clear up. Okay, Jackie said, I love hearing about spirit guides. Hey, Jackie, I would. Lillian says we laughed all the way through it. We did. It was so funny. The timing of the sound effects, because I made the command to play the effect, sometimes there was a bit of a delay. So the places they would play sometimes were really a bit out of place and funny. But anyway, so Jarvis, I hope that you heard that. I did read for you and look into your relationship. Had a message from your fiance. So if you didn't hear it, just scroll back just a little bit and you'll find it. Okay, last thing, Jackie, I wanted to look at spirit guides for you. Let's pull you a card too. I'm going to have somebody with tougher hands shuffle these cards, like break them really good for me because they are really stiff. It's not my hands. Okay. All right, Jackie, the card is, oh, how funny. There is plenty of cards in this deck, but the card I pulled for you is the same as I pulled for Oriana. Show the world the real you. I feel like you've been working on that for a while now. I want to tell you that I feel like your confidence has grown by leaps and bounds the last little while, and I'm really excited to see that. And so I love seeing that for you, and I honestly feel like we'll see a lot more of that in 2021. So good job to you putting yourself out there and letting that energy grow. Let's take a look at guides for you quickly, and then we will be done. Let's see. You have a grandpa that's around you a lot. I'm going to say that this is on your mom's side. It might not be like a grandpa. It could be a great or a great great. I think he's a little further back. He's around you a ton. He's helped you a lot with your kids. He adores your husband. I actually, Jackie, think that he helped bring your husband to you and make that connection. Yep, there's strong energy around your husband with him, which is kind of interesting. He is so kind. If I don't know for sure, I'm hearing Harold. I'm going to go with it. I'm hearing Harold. Uh, he is so kind and just this like think about the grandpa that would welcome you with open arms and give you a treat and you know show you how to do some fun thing in his shop or something like that. That's him. He's wonderful. Not that you had that with him in this lifetime, you didn't, but that's the kind of energy he has. So keep asking him for help. He's here to guide you and to be a part of your process, but I love him. I feel like he's exactly who you have needed. All right, you guys. Okay, let's see. Renee says, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Lillian said it was pretty funny, especially when you cracked up, but I listened mainly because I was waiting for your show. Mo was ridiculous laughing. He killed me. Thank you, Shauna. Shauna said, I love your shows. Thank you so much. You guys, thanks so much for being here. So next week we'll be back live on 1-2 Radio, but I'll be live here as well. Same way. I just do double duty that way. I want to let you know I'm over at 12listen.com. I'm a professional psychic advisor over there. Come over and have a reading and see me. And of course, don't forget, there's lots more to come this week on True Crime Paranormal on YouTube and on our podcast. And don't forget on Friday to come over to 1-2 Radio. I'm not sure what time it's happening, but I think we'll be publishing that in the chat room. But CA and Mark will be hosting our predictions show, and I did submit a 20-minute prediction about several things this year to them today, so you guys will be able to hear that then. So thanks so much for being here. You've been listening to the Katie Weaver Show, usually here on 1-2 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the